That creature in the blue hole scared all the scientists. The Great Blue Hole, located in Belize, is one of the most beautiful and fascinating places in the world. That's if you look at it from above. But if you dive into this abyss, you can find very scary fanged fish, cannibal octopuses, huge monsters, and strange traces, and much more. This is Infinity. And in this episode, I'll show you the creature from the Great Blue Hole that frightened all the scientists, as well as other findings from this place. Let's go! The Great Blue Hole is a circular sinkhole about 1,000 feet in diameter, going down to a depth of 407 feet. If at the surface of the hole it's relatively safe and very beautiful, then the deeper we dive, the more creepy creatures we'll find. For example, there are not the most pleasant fish called wolf eels. This large creature can grow to almost 8 feet in length and weigh about 44 pounds. The gruesome appearance of this monster literally screams that this is a dangerous predator. Maybe these eels will not attack humans, but crustaceans, mollusks, and echinoderms have no escape from them. The Cubera snapper also lives at great depths. This fish is about 5 feet long and has sharp fangs. The fish fangs are so large that the teeth are often visible even with the mouth closed. Adult Cubera snappers are aggressive predators that eat fish, crabs, and lobsters. Large fang-like teeth allow the Cubera snapper to hunt on the largest crustacean individuals. Finally, in the depths of the Great Blue Hole, you can find the Atlantic tarpon, the predator that's 8.2 feet long and weighs over 350 pounds. Although these monsters eat only fish, shrimp, and crabs, their appearance can scare any person. But that's not all, because the Great Blue Hole is home to giant Pacific octopuses. These creatures pose a real threat to humans. These monsters can reach 10 or, according to some reports, 30 feet in length and weigh about 440 pounds. This is a voracious universal predator. It can attack both crustaceans and mollusks, as well as larger creatures. Real cases are known of giant Pacific octopuses attacking humans. Some people who have explored the Great Blue Hole believe that not only these octopuses lurk there, but other giant octopuses. They're some kind of legendary Kraken relatives. Some researchers believe these octopuses attack divers and scientists exploring the bottom of the Great Blue Hole. Their attacks are often associated with the loss of divers in this place because, according to statistics, more than 100 people never got out of the mysterious Great Blue Hole. Another mysterious creature called the Lusca is associated with the Great Blue Hole. Sailors and divers who claim to have seen the Lusca describe it as a hybrid of a huge shark and a colossal octopus. The Lusca's head and torso bear a resemblance to a great white shark or megalodon, and it has huge tentacles instead of a tail. In total, the Lusca can range in length from 65 to 200 feet. According to accounts, any encounter with this mysterious monster almost always results in the death of anyone who's been careless enough to stray too close to its lair. Mostly, this applies to daredevils who dared to swim into the depths of the Great Blue Hole's mazes. Witnesses have also described how fishing boats in the area of the Great Blue Hole suddenly went underwater. Eyewitnesses watched in horror as the wreckage of the wrecked vessels slowly rose to the surface, and their captains and crew members were nowhere to be seen. Many scientists believe that the eyewitnesses mistook the Lusca for a natural oceanic phenomenon of the type of fast tides that result in a spontaneous whirlpool. Maybe so, but it's possible that this half-shark, half-octopus creature is still swimming in the Great Blue Hole. After all, this sinkhole is not small, and the Lusca can find shelter there from prying eyes. Traces. Not only dangerous and creepy creatures were found in the Great Blue Hole, but also various finds. For example, about 3 years ago, an expedition of scientists descended to the bottom of the hole and found something very unusual there, namely a chain of mysterious traces. This was quite strange since the oxygen concentration at the bottom of the Great Blue Hole is very low for the existence of complex organisms that could leave such traces in the sand. Researchers wondered who or what could have left such traces. There were many versions, from members of another expedition who went to the bottom without notifying the others, to marine organisms unknown to science. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the solution turned out to be simple, but at the same time sad. The bottom of the Great Blue Hole is in fact a clam graveyard. Creatures that enter the oxygen-free zone try to escape to the top but die from lack of oxygen. Tracks on the bottom remain after the poor mollusks try to crawl away somewhere where there's at least some oxygen. Unfortunately, the bottom of the Great Blue Hole is a graveyard not only for mollusks but also for people. As I said before, the Great Blue Hole has become the last resting place for more than 100 people. Some, according to theorists, were taken away by deep-sea monsters, giant octopuses, and the Lusca, and some were taken into mazes of underwater caves in which they got lost. Their scuba tanks ran out of oxygen and they stayed in the hole forever. According to scientists, below the 289-foot depth in the Great Blue Hole, the conditions are such that everything below that level is preserved intact. It wasn't possible to find all the bodies of the missing divers, but scientists have come across some bodies. In addition, they found the divers' personal belongings, as well as various technical equipment. By the way, there's something else to be found in the bottom of the Great Blue Hole, and that's trash. Members of the same expedition, which found mysterious traces in the sand, were surprised to come across a mountain of plastic bottles, cans, and bags at great depths. Scientists believe the cause is the whirlpools that occur during tides at the site of the Great Blue Hole. They pull in everything floating on the surface, dragging them to the bottom, where they grow larger and larger over time. The Great Blue Hole is an amazing place in which you can find many interesting and unusual things. However, this place cannot be called unique. There are other funnels, holes, and gaps in the world about which you can also tell a lot. Stay tuned to see the most incredible ones. Dean's Blue Hole. The Great Blue Hole is very deep. After all, 407 feet is not insignificant. But Dean's Blue Hole beats the sinkhole of Belize because its depth is as much as 663 feet. This is the second deepest blue hole in the world, and it's located in the Bahamas, namely on Long Island. Yes, the island with that name is not only in the United States. Like the Great Blue Hole, this vortex is very popular with tourists. Since the 1990s, divers, swimmers, and other enthusiasts regularly visit here. Unlike the Great Blue Hole, Dean's Blue Hole is considered relatively safe for diving. At least in the history of diving, not a single fatality has been recorded here. But these two holes have something in common. Dean's Blue Hole is shrouded in mysteries, myths, and legends. One of them tells of a sea monster that lives in the depths of the sinkhole. According to the legend, there's a huge monster that resembles either an octopus or a squid with long tentacles. This creature is voracious and aggressive, and its favorite activity is sleeping and hunting the residents of the local Clarence town, and of course, divers. Many divers and fishermen claim to have encountered a large octopus that resembles a mythical creature. Now let's move to South Africa, where you can also find quite a few interesting holes and cavities. The most unusual of these is the hole with the simple name Big Hole. Although the name's primitive, it perfectly captures the essence. What's interesting about this hole is that it's not natural. In fact, Big Hole is a huge, inactive diamond mine in the town of Kimberley dug by humans. Even that fact sounds very cool, but even more incredible is that people created the hole without using machinery. The result is a giant hole which is 705 feet deep and 1,519 feet wide. Currently, the bottom of the hole is filled with water. Its depth is 131 feet. In the period from 1866 to 1914, the diamond mining was in full swing. Over 5,952 pounds of precious minerals have been extracted over the entire time. It's hard to imagine how much that would be in terms of money. Vulia Gemini. Cavities in sinkholes are cool, of course, but what about a sinkhole in a sinkhole? Such an unusual place can be found in Greece, near the small town of Vulia Gemini. There's a lake of the same name, and in the lake itself there's a sinkhole which is called the Blue Well of the Devil. It's 10 feet in diameter and 36 feet deep, although according to some reports, the depth can go as deep as 105 feet. Despite the fact that the hole looks very unusual, it cannot boast of safety. Many people want to explore this sinkhole, which is characterized by long and winding internal tunnels. As in the case of the Great Blue Hole, many divers have gotten lost in these intricate mazes and never surfaced. Many people have become victims of Vulia Gemini over the years. But this doesn't stop anyone. Divers come here all the time, hoping that together they'll be able to make a complete map of the Blue Well of the Devil, which has not yet been fully explored. There's another well in this episode, the Initiation Well. There's no water here, but that doesn't make this place any less unusual. This interesting hole boasts an unusual history. The well is located in Sintra, Portugal. This architectural object got its name because of rumors that mystical rites were held in this well, namely initiation into the Freemasons. The well is about 98 feet deep and is a spiral gallery decorated with numerous arched doorways. The gallery consists of 9 spans of 15 steps each. According to the legend, these 9 levels represent the 9 circles of hell, purgatory, and paradise described by Dante. An 8-pointed star at the bottom of the initiation well is the emblem of Montiero and includes the Templar cross and a triangle on the wall, which is one of the symbols of Freemasonry. It's believed that it was at the bottom of the well that initiation ceremonies into the secret society were held. When a person goes down to the bottom of the well, it's as if they pass through a certain rite of knowledge of their soul, transformed at the dark bottom, and returns to the light. There's no documentary evidence of this, but it's not for nothing that so many people believe that this well served precisely for such mystical purposes. Heavenly Pit. And finally, let's take a look at something very unbelievable. The Heavenly Pit. This is another sinkhole which can beat absolutely any sinkhole on Earth, because the Heavenly Pit is the deepest in the world. It's also called the Zhaozhai Tiankeng. As you've guessed, it's located in China, namely in Chongqing, where it's a popular attraction. The depth of this hole is 2,172 feet. That's 5 times deeper than the Great Blue Hole in Belize. Other figures are also astonishing. Length is 2,054 feet and width is 1,762 feet. A hole of such enormous proportions didn't appear in one day. This sinkhole was formed gradually over 128,000 years and found only in 1994. Researchers have found numerous plants and animals, including rare species, in the Zhaozhai Tiankeng Pit. Scientists also believe that the Heavenly Pit still harbors plants and animals that science has yet to discover. This makes the Heavenly Pit not only a tourist attraction, but also a real mystery of the world of scientists. But still, for now, tourism wins out over science. It's not scientists who more often flock to Zhaozhai Tiankeng, but ordinary people who want to look at the incredible pit and go down to the very bottom of it. That's all, guys. Do you know a hole deeper than the holes I told you about? If so, tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.